think there was another one.
Hi, I have the microphone.
Awesome, sir.
Hi. I'm an interactive art director, and I love what I do, and I work with a digital performance marketing company. So
cool.
at the end of the day, the work is, while it's fulfilling, it's not the most exciting work in the world.
Okay.
And I'm just wondering if you have any advice, tips, words of wisdom on how to be true to yourself and keep those creative, keep the creative personal work coming, and in dealing with exhaustion at the end of a work day. And I come home and I just want to collapse. But how do I keep those creative juices flowing in the spirit of making the kind of work that I really want to make?
Okay, so I heard fulfilling and exhaustion. Those were the two things? Cool, okay. What do you do for fun?
What do I do for fun? I play some music.
Okay.
I enjoy my cat very
Awesome.
much.
Okay. So on a high level, step outside the design world and start doing more of the things that you love. Getting close to the speaker. So start doing more of the things you love, and you gotta put that time in your schedule to do that. A quick thing that you could do is the first thing you do in the morning, like play some music, play like whatever you do, like do that, because as your day progresses, more and more stuff happens, and this is just like a schedule thing, how the brain processes a lot of the challenges that you deal with every day. You gotta front load the things that make you happy, and you gotta do, like, I get up at 5 in the morning. I have an 18-month-old, so that kind of happens. But I also found out that, like, I'm actually super productive earlier in the morning. I read, I get some creative stuff done, like as well as being a designer, I like to make furniture, so I have woodworking in my basement. So like I front load my day with things that make me happy. That fulfills me earlier, and I'm also not as exhausted at the end of the day. I mean, those are personal strategies that work for me. So, you know, find the things that make you happy and incorporate them more into your day-to-day stuff, and also front load your day with more things that make you happy and fulfilled. Cool? Awesome, great question, that was really good. Here, and then third row.
Hi, I have 2 questions.
2.
Can you go back to your list so that I could take a picture of it, of all your things you have to do?
Oh, the data visualization?
Yeah.
Can I ask you why?
Because I want my boss to be promoted to president, and I want to show it to her.
How will that help you get her promoted?
Because she does like 5 million jobs in a week, and I don't think she knows how to show her boss what she does.
Okay.
So I think it would be really helpful for her.
Visual cues are always really good.
That, yes.
No worries. Visual cues are always really good. Like, this is actually something that I ended up showing to senior leaders to be like, hey, this is pretty good. So it's also, you're promoted to president. There's also, you know, there may be politics. Wow, that's a whole lot of cameras. Cool, all right, awesome. Make sure you put me on Instagram with that one too. Fantastic.
Thank you.
So it's cool. Like, so you kind of do that, but also I'm gonna add something into there. Every business culture is different, and every business culture requires different things for advancement. Sometimes it's a meritocracy. Whereas this, it's like the value that you provide for the company. Sometimes it's who you know. Sometimes if it's the right time, or sometimes it's how you add to the financial bottom line. Okay?
Thank you. And can I ask one more question?
Absolutely.
Is it on? Okay.
Yeah,
I'm speaking at Promax BDA. I don't know if you know what that is.
Yeah.
And
you guys do good stuff.
thank you. And our topic is go brand yourself. Basically, it's go fuck yourself, but brand. And I was wondering if I could use your text 5 people and have them describe you in 3 words.
Sure, just make sure you say hi.
Yeah, and I'm going to credit you in it.
No, that's not mine, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
I don't own that, but that's something that I thought is a good strategy that's like, hey, you can do it. Hey, good luck and congratulations on speaking. Someone else over here. And someone else in the back too, I saw.
I am the communications director for a union, and we have a really small office. And so I'm the director of the communications department, and the department is me. So
I've been there. I've been there.
So I have this really great title. Anyway, so I design, I do the social media, I do video, I go to events and I take pictures, I write articles, I write press releases, I do everything.
When do you sleep?
Well, basically, I have to tell different locals throughout the state that they need to take a number.
Right, okay.
And so far, I've been able to do that very diplomatically, and everybody understands. But anyway, my boss is planning on hiring a team. So then there will be a videographer,
Okay,
a
awesome,
social
cool.
media manager, a writer, one purpose of this is because we really want to grow our reputation as a union, but also another purpose is he really wants me to focus on my design. So I'm really excited about this development. However, I want to make sure that I handle this transition in a very welcoming and diplomatic way. And I wondered if you had any advice for me in terms of how to help my team members in this transition and how to transition myself, because it's going to be a huge change from doing everything to giving up all of that and just focusing on one thing.
Okay, that's a really good question. I'm gonna condense it a little bit. So I heard you want to future-proof your job, and I heard that you need a transition strategy. Is that correct? Okay. When you give up responsibilities to focus on one thing, that's usually a good sign from leadership because they've documented, okay, this is what you're really good at, and this is what I want you to do. So that's usually a good thing. It's always nice to be a little bit valuable and always be a resource as you transition. Now your transitioning plan, that's something that it should be a plan, like a business plan. You should document it and work with your manager, I assume. You have manager, boss, someone? Okay. You're gonna work with them and you're gonna put this together and be like, here's how I think I'm gonna transition. Here's how much time I need to kind of do this fully, whether it's a week, a month, 3 months, whatever it's going to be, where you need to work with your boss. You need to work with your peers, like on your level, and you need to work with your direct reports to be like, here is how specifically we are going to transition my role to your role and who's going to be responsible. Get it on paper, write it down, and socialize it. When you socialize these types of things, you get more buy-in from people, you get more support, and there's also like a plan in place. There's a strategy for kind of how you're going to do that. Is that helpful? Yes. Fantastic.
Okay, we got time for one more question.
No worries. Until they hook me off stage, I'll be here.
Hi.
Sir, how you doing?
Thanks. I am the sole designer at the central office level for.
Do you two work together?
Oh, but I work for a government agency, and so with government, there's different grades for roles. Yeah. And so design kind of tops out at the grade that I'm at, but then there's a few higher grades above that. And so I'm really passionate about our brand and really passionate about the design that I do for our agency. It's been recognized by the secretary,
good for you.
Things like that. So that's really cool, but there's a person above me that's identified as the brand manager, but doesn't have a design background and is constantly deferring to me. And then people come to me because they know I can answer the questions, but the politics of it, I need to defer to him.
Okay.
How would you recommend, or what advice could you give about moving up to become that brand manager, since I have the design background?
Oh, I thought you were going to ask me something else. Okay. All right.
What did you think I was going to ask?
All right, man. So you have a manager, and you think you could do your manager's job better than your manager? He's non-supervised, so it's in title only. Okay. That's a good question. It's also government, which our politics are very different there and very cautionary, so you got to watch those things. I I think your best path of success, I mean, granted, I know 30 seconds of your situation. Happily, I'll talk to you afterwards. Just grab me in the hall. But it sounds like your best course of action would actually be to work with that person and talk to them and say, hey, look, people are coming to me already. You know, we're doing all of these things. Is there a way that we can kind of delineate this into maybe a different role? Or work with them at, like, you don't want to screw the person over. Like, you don't want to be that type of person. But you also want to be like, look, I'm getting these asks already, and it'll be more effective for the business, or in this case, the administration, that if I just kind of handle this stuff, and with that, maybe it's a different title or it's a different role or something like that. Is that helpful? Fantastic. Fantastic. Adam, are you kicking me off stage? I am. Okay. Thank you all very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you.